Hello everyone and welcome back to the LSI summer season. We're today for a little bit of an off moment there. That is not ideal, is it? A couple of issues here and there. JJ's out of the session already. That is a big shunt right there. We'll stay on board with Eager Pro and we will restart the intro. Hold on a second. Hello everyone and welcome back to the LSI summer season. We're today for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, the finale of the summer season. Everything is done after this one. Round 6, not only for the Friday tier, but also the Saturday tier. You've got a lovely sized grid. Might have one or two more joining a little bit later on. We'll have to wait and see, but we have just a few minutes left of qualifying to go. And a bit of a situation on our hands. We have Devon Young and Zingy both having tyre penalties to serve, which does mean that they only get one set of tyres to use in the qualifying session. So they can do either one lap outright, they can do one lap, stay on that set of tyres, go into the pit lane and then come back again, but you'll get lots of tyre wear from that, or you can do one lap, a cool down lap, and then another lap. It's going to be interesting how these guys do it. Are they going to go for the 2 laps, or are they just going to go for the 1 lap? The 1 lap's probably safer. Maybe fill your car in with a little bit more fuel. I'm not quite sure. Eager Pro finishes their second run as they go up by 4/10, but still not quite enough to get to Mikash, and that is about 2/10 away. They allow the other cars to pass in the runoff area, which is very useful. We've got Gatos returning as a reserve driver today, so that's great to see them. We've got Jakoi, who's gonna reserve for the final race, and Ruleton also joining us as well, so that is always good to see. Let's see what they can do. Can they show their pace? And Ruleton, they should be pretty high up there. I know their pace is very good in this game, so Zingian and Andrews are definitely going to have a bit of a hard time. Can Devon Young show his pace that we saw back in Brazil? That was pretty epic from him. Will he be able to try and look for a win? That is the question. We will definitely find out very shortly. I want to go on board with Ruleton as they are about to finish their next lap as they go through the first sector at 09.860. They haven't set a lap time just yet. They didn't go purple on the sector mark, but that is maybe a bug or not. I'm not quite sure. We'll watch as they go up to the line though. We'll watch that time on the top right, see just about where it's going to be. It's looking pretty quick, and it's going to be a 31.558. That's pole position by a very nice margin. That's about 8/10, I think, almost. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And Andrew's going to have a look to see if they can do something about it, but no, they're going to go again. Or are they just setting that as a benchmark lap time? They invalidated, so they just wanted to get a delta maybe on their timer. We will see. Alrighty. That is the situation as it is. And Andrews will have to go again eventually at some point. We've got Gilly, who I'm not sure, are they on a lap? Nope, they're on a cooldown lap. They've not got enough energy to be able to do a full lap right now. We've got Gatos J and Igor in the pit lane, as well as Zingy and Devon Young. Devon Young waiting to go out. Zingy saying they won't be setting a proper lap time, only an invalid one this evening, so they will start near the back end of the grid, which is an interesting one, but they won yesterday. Maybe they want to try something a little bit different today. Hearing that engine roar as you go down the straight is absolutely epic. It rings out massively. I wonder what it's going to sound like in real life, but yeah, it kind of does hit a bit of a line where you can't really rev any higher. Sometimes if you're using DRS and DRS at the same time, the engine basically just kind of stops revving completely, and it sounds like you're just gliding across the circuit, even though your car is still working perfectly fine. It's something that will be maybe fixed in the future, or it will possibly just stay in the game. We'll have to wait and see. That's Dave Raptors joining the lobby, so that is good to see. They will be starting probably at the back. I don't think they'll get enough time to set a lap, unfortunately. So that will be their situation. But, you know, it's Vegas. Anything can happen, not only in Formula 1. Anything can happen in Vegas. The walls are close by. The track limits are very, very difficult to manage regarding the curbs as well. You can get thrown off very easily. And the camber. The camber. The circuit drops away from you pretty much at every single corner you go through, which does make it super difficult to actually manage such a bumpy circuit, which isn't exactly that fun, but, you know, it is what it is. You can't really do too much about it. We've got an AlphaTauri going across the line. We're going to watch and see what Zingy does, because he said he's going to go and do an invalid lap, as he invalidates it to begin with, so he is just going to go and push for this one. Quickest yesterday, showing very, very good pace. The question is, how close will he be able to get to Rouleton's lap time? He did only invalidate by a slight amount, so the chances of him actually gaining anything from that is very, very slim, and I think he will definitely be able to set a representable lap time, getting so close to Raw on exit, pretty much touching it, I think, which shows that he's got a lot of precision in that car. Riding the curbs nicely. You don't see too many people riding that inside curb. It is the fastest way around. It's usually people just locking up maybe and missing the point. Carries on through. Hold it tight. Minimize track distance. Very difficult in a race situation with a fuel tank that is completely full though. A bit of a cut. That was pretty harsh. Maybe he would have invalidated anyway from that one. So we'll take this lap with a pinch of salt. After that corner, it might have worked, you know, it might have actually been fine, but we will still take it with a pinch of salt. Couple more corners to go, just preparing for the braking zone, up the hill, hard on the brakes down the flat, riding that inside curb. Yeah, I'm going to take it with a massive pinch of salt, basically a spoonful right now, as he did cut that quite hard as well. Across the line anyway for Zingy. Let's see how close he'd be to Rouleton if he was to set it. A 31-1. Let's take about 3/10 off of that one. So he would have still had a very, very good chance at getting in front of Rouleton, despite the invalidation, I reckon. Devon Young on his way out. Dave Raptors is on his way out. Lots of people are on their way out. That is Gatos coming across the line for the final time. What's it going to be for them? That's going to be a P4. A 32.5. Very, very good effort. That'll be them sorted for qualifying. They won't be going again with the energy they've got left in that car. Eager Pro goes across the line. What's it going to be for them? That's going to be a B2, a 32.1. They give it a best shot, but that will be them done. Can they hold the P2? That is the question. Dave Raptors is about to start their lap. We go on board. Is that Jay or is that End Andrews? It's End Andrews who's going to set or start a lap, I believe. They are going to start a lap as Dave Raptors will as well. That was the Red Bull of Devon Young setting a P2 immediately. That is very, very well done. After a lovely sanction that they've had to serve, they've done an epic job to get that lap time in, so well done indeed. The other Ferrari, of course, in the pit lane, so that would have been Rouleton, who's just gone round again, I think. Have they just started this lap? Yes, they have just started this lap. The Haas of Gilly, they cross the line. What's it going to be for Gilly? That is going to be P6 dead. They're not going to be able to improve any further. It's so close behind Gatos. It just won't be enough in the end. And then we will go to, I think, yeah, Eager Pro has already set their lap time, so they're not going to be improving. I say that, they've got a lot of energy in that car. But yeah, they're not going to be improving. Zingy retires. That must have been a mistake for Dave Raptors, as all of a sudden there was a yellow flag. I think he's moving up for End Andrews, or is he staying in front for now? I don't quite know. End Andrews is right behind. He's still on the lap though, so in theory, he's not impeding. Dave Raptors got a couple more corners to go, and we'll see what he can do. He's still valid at least, so he can at least jump a couple people. That is Zingy and JJ, of course, that he'll be able to jump on the grid just by setting one lap. It would be very, very useful indeed. Dave Raptors across the line, that's going to be P6, and End Andrews does not set a valid lap time. They're going to start exactly at the back with Zingy. That is going to be them absolutely done. Rillaton does not need to improve. That is them sorted. They will stay in the pit lane. Devon Young is done for qualifying. I would say that is very, very good for him. And Mikash will sit right behind him in P3. Very nice qualifying for Red Bull. It's just a shame that it's a little bit too late after the championship situation. Alrighty, that is qualifying sorted. Let's see the results. And then we will move on to the race. Rillaton takes pole position. Devon Young in P2. Mikash in P3. That is a 1, 2, and then 5/10 advantage that Rillaton just had there. We go through the incident section, and then we will also go through the pit stops just in case. You never will get it anyway. We'll be back for the race. We will see you in a bit. Ready, hold, go! Who's going to get it into turn one? We're finally away. Will Rillaton get away well, or Devon Young come back at him? He has the inside line. Can he send it? He will send it. Devon Young looking for the lead. He's got the advantage. The inside line. Mikash's teammates trying to have a look as well. There's a little bit of contact. He's on the soft tyre, believe it or not. That's absolutely incredible. Rillaton will have to sit behind him P2 and think about that one. We've got Igapro, who has the momentum on the Red Bull. He's going to have to think twice about that one as well. We've got Zingy moving up the order, but he's got no front wing. There's been a crash. Dave Raptors and End Andrews also involved. No, that's JQ, so there must have been some big issue. He doesn't seem to be that slow, but that is a nasty situation there for Zingy. Another early lap crash like he did have in Brazil before. What a shame for him right there. We've got Mikash looking for the move on Rillaton. Can they get it done nice and early? They will want to on that soft tyre. Is it going to work though? That's the question. Setup wise, they're going to have to be really smart about this. Teamwork wise, they're also going to have to look at this. Rillaton doesn't seem to be either defending or they just can't defend in a straight line against the soft tyres. It's probably not worth it, to be honest. the difference in strategy is just going to be so severe. It's going to be, yeah, very, very pointless of fighting that position. We've got side-by-side moment with Gatos and Igapro. Igapro swooping around the outside. Brilliant move from him right there. Side-by-side with that. Was that Gilly? No, that was Zingy. So has Zingy actually got damage, or is he just, yeah, no, he does actually have damage. We didn't know if it was a visual glitch or not. He stays with the pack despite that issue. Something happened, but I have no idea what it was. Side by side with JJ and End Andrews further behind. And Andrews trying to make his way up the grid nice and early on. He's got that medium tyre on. That is a virtual safety car. And that is Dave Raptors colliding with Jay. And that is a front wing loss from Dave Raptors, unfortunately. So that is a couple of moments that have caused quite a few issues. Zingy into the pit lane. He gets a moment under the virtual safety car as that crash happened. Dave Raptors, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to be under the virtual safety car when he pits because the VSC will likely, not guaranteed, but will likely end by the time he does get into the pit lane, because that contact did happen just as the lap started. Devon Young doing a phenomenal job, and they get a chance to relax, save some ERS. So does Mikash to try and save the tyres as well. They do have Rulaton right behind, and if they can get a good restart, they can definitely have a nice advantage on the straight and not worry about Rulaton for another few corners. But it's not exactly going to be easy, as the virtual safety car is possibly looking to restart. We will find out very, very shortly. The Red Bulls very close up now as Devon Young captures his Delta and now tries to speed away with it. Who's going to get the best restart though? We will have to see. That is Jay and Dave Raptors switching positions, and Andrews disconnecting from the lobby as we do go for the restart. Absolutely mental on the opening laps. Mikash will hold on from Rulaton. Rulaton was right there, but it's not going to be enough for now, unfortunately. Dave Raptors gives up in the pit lane, and that is a big, big shame. It's, yeah, probably not the best thing to do, because obviously it's Las Vegas, where anything can happen with these close walls, but they decided they didn't want to give it a shot. So never mind, that is going to be Dave Raptors' campaign over after a very disappointing start to the Vegas Grand Prix. Rulaton very much hunting for this win. Devon Young is not in a bad position right now, and they've got their teammate doing absolute dream work right now. This is perfect for them. Rulaton, however, is very, very close, and yeah, he's not letting Mikash go easily, although he's pretty powerful in a straight line, it seems. Mikash, will he be powerful enough though? That's Rulaton using the energy. It's not going to be powerful enough. This will be the moment where Rulaton will manage to get through, I think. Mikash, he's not even going to use any energy. He knows it's not worth fighting the position, as he's not got the DRS. He's pretty close, to be fair. He's not losing that much time despite not having any DRS. We've got Gilly going to the outside line on Igor. No, he's going to wait behind a little bit, look for the switchback, but I think he possibly missed his braking point. That's going to allow Gatos to get a little bit of a look in. Can he make it work? That's the question. We're also going to have a look at the top three, as that's Mikash once again having a look at Rulaton. No, they're still going to wait behind. I reckon Mikash is going to have a look at a move here though. They can hold up Rulaton a little bit longer. They can allow Devon to break away a bit further as well. Will they use all their energy here to go for a move into the corner? No, they will not. They're just going to wait for now and let it go. Maybe they're focusing on their own race for now. This battle just behind didn't actually change into anything too much, so that is how that situation will stay. Although there is a bit of a challenge. We've got Gatos to the inside line. No, he backs off, but he does force Gilly into a mistake, and he's going to have to give the room to the McLaren. Gatos is through. Absolutely epic from him. A nice little fakie, allowing him to get the better of his opponent. We've then got End Andrews, of course, having that disconnecting moment. Jay a little bit further behind JJ on his own, and Zingy trying to catch up the order. Maybe he won't be starting at the back of the grid from choice in the future races, because it's definitely not made it too easy. Alrighty, here's the top 3 battle once again. It's pretty straightforward at the moment. Nothing really changing too much. Devon Young leads the way by 1.3 seconds. Mikash sits behind. He did not have a go in the DRS zone though. And then this is how it's going right here. And Andrew's looking to challenge. They're going to give it a shot. EagerPro's had an issue. They've dropped back behind all these guys, and Andrews has been able to make that free position. There's a bit of a moment where Gatos goes off the circuit. Anders is let through, and he's going to go to the inside already on Gilly. DRS available. He'll have that position very, very nicely, and he's now going to try and hunt down the rest of the grid on the medium tyre. He's not exactly on a terrible strategy. Not the fastest in the world, but it can still work pretty nicely. Will he be able to get that gap down with 2 cars in between him? One on the softs, which will die out eventually, but also Ruleton, who's going to just be on the superior strategy. Ruleton has got such an advantage at the moment. Even though they do have a car in front of them, and they're not quite in the DRS range yet, they still do have such an advantage. It's just going to be absolutely insane. Regarding that, they can stay where they are and the strategy won't change. If the strategy does change, then it's going to be a little bit more complicated, and he might not be having the luxury advantages that he does have. That is actually going to be Mikash making the move. They both catch up to Devon Young. So Ruleton was pushing right there to try and hold on to that position, but instead Mikash has gone for it. Ruleton may be having a look again. They decide to lift off the throttle as they are already behind, and they're willing to go for the move on the DRS straight instead. So they're really trying to plan this one out. They don't have all the ERS in the world, and it's not exactly mega easy to save around this circuit if I remember correctly. But it's very easy to use energy, so they do need to be very strategic. And I think that's what their intention was there by dropping back. They use a bit of energy but realise that Mikash's exit was absolutely epic. So he's not going to be able to challenge for now, and he'll have to wait behind. He makes contact with the wall! Ruleton! No, no, no! Surely! Surely that's going to be damage. It is damage! I do not believe it. He's in the dirty air trying to follow the car behind. Mikash was having a bit of a moment on the throttle, but in the braking zone, Ruleton had their moment, and from the most superior car on the grid to now in big trouble. That is absolutely terrible news for Ruleton. What a shame. I was really looking forward to see how this would go with Devon Young on that strategy and Ruleton on the main strategy, but I don't think it's going to work out at all in the end. Is he going to use the energy in the DRS to try and get in front and then dive into the pit lane, or is he just going to let Mikash have the advantage now and stay where he is? He is going to go for the move regardless. And then I assume maybe make a pit stop, but he's going to have a massive advantage gap-wise. He doesn't need to worry about braking early and causing an issue with Mikash. He's just going to stay where he is for now. Is he going to dive into the pit lane? It looks like he will do. A very early pit stop there. He can go to the end on a set of medium tyres. It's not what you want to do, but it's not impossible. You can actually go to a set of medium tyres. He's going to give up. He literally can go to the end of the race, but he's going to retire. That is a shame. Never mind. That is the situation for Ruleton. Race potential winner now completely out of it. It's a Red Bull 1-2, and by a nice little margin as of now. And Andrews does have a lot of pace in that car. It's just whether the strategy for Mikash will allow him to defend for Devon Young. Will he be able to do that? Will he be willing to do that? Or is he going to try and race his own race and maybe go for a scheduled pit stop? Alrighty, we're going to drop over to Gatos and Gilly. These guys are in a bit of a battle of their own, but believe it or not, Gilly has got themselves a 3-second time penalty. That sounds very weird to say. They don't usually get time penalties, usually it's everyone else, but they are going to be probably suffering a little bit. That is going to be a safety car, so as soon as Ruleton's just retired, now there's a safety car. He would have been back in the battle immediately. Zingy is now going to be right here. He was just about to overtake EagerPro. and unfortunately he's not going to get it. So he was being a little bit cheeky to try and check to see if he could get that move on Eager Pro before the safety car came out, but unfortunately he's just going to have to let that one go. And will he pit? That's the question. I think everybody's going to pit. Evan Young on the hard tyres, as they have to go. So will everybody else. But I think Mikash can go to the mediums. He can go to the mediums. Mediums to the end. It is very, very possible. It's just whether people want to do it. Eager Pro making contact with the wall. Zingy was right behind him. That is an interesting one, as there's big contact with Zingy and Eager Pro. I don't know what was going on, but there's an issue, and I don't know if Eager Pro's got damage and it just hasn't been repaired by the game. But he's onto the medium tyre. Zingy's onto the hard tyre, despite being able to go onto whatever tyre he wanted. So he has just decided to go for that pretty straightforward tyre, but he's now got a 5-second time penalty to his name, which is not going to make it at all easy. He's got a couple cars in between him for a restart, which will also be pretty difficult to manage. JJ at the back of the grid right now, but he's on a good strategy. He can still make it. Maybe the mediums isn't the best in the world overall in the end, but it still can work. So he's still in this race at least. Devon Young leads the way, and they are definitely going to look for their first victory. It's not going to come easy, and Andrews sits right behind him in P3. He's on exactly the same strategy. Mikash has the better tyres. The question is, will he, one, go for the lead immediately and possibly cause Devon Young to have a bit of a threat? Will Devon Young maybe try and turn this around and decide he's going to defend for Mikash instead? Or will he have the pace to stay in front of Mikash and carry on? I don't know. Okay, Raptors, Devon Young. Will he be able to... I'm really not sure. That's Zingy going to go into the pit lane, and he's going to serve that time penalty now to try and get rid of it, which is probably a good idea for his sake, of course. He is going to be at the back of the grid, although JJ goes into the pit lane, so they're going to be doing something a little bit different. Zingy is going to get a set of mediums on. I think they have to get a set of mediums on. They get a new front wing, so there was contact. And JJ is also going to be in for a similar situation, I assume. So, yeah, that is a shame for Zingy. And JJ, of course, gaining a position after making a pit stop, which is pretty good for him. They can go to the end on these medium tyres, and they actually just get a fresher set. They get one extra lap compared to the likes of Mikash and Eager Pro, which will just make it even easier for them to get to the end. So we will see how it goes. Alrighty, we will be going for the safety car restart on lap 10 out of 29. Devon Young leads the way on a set of hard tyres. Mikash sitting right behind. So far for this race, Mikash has been Devon Young's wingman. This time, it might switch around. It's really 50-50. We need to see the first 2 laps, maybe even 3 laps to see what is going to be going on. But by then, if Andrews has pace around the circuit, he might already be in the lead if he can really push it nice and hard. But the safety car will be going in at the end of this lap. We'll wait for the call in. Should get it now. It's not been called in for some reason. There you go. It's been called in just about very, very late. So everybody's going to be a little bit of a shock. But Hopefully they can still get a good launch. These two guys will be communicating, I'm sure. Mikash sits right behind. He's going to be the one to react to his teammate. And they should get a pretty even restart if they are communicating. As I said, there you go. They have gone for it. Very, very good stuff. They should have an advantage over End Andrews, but End Andrews reacts perfectly, and he's going to have a go to the inside line on the medium tyre runner of Mikash. He breaks as late as he dares. He has the inside line. He has the advantage. Devon Young goes off the circuit. End Andrews leads. Absolutely incredible. Devon Young just not able to get the temperature in the hard tyres. Right off the restart, they lose out. They possibly lost the front of the car. That is absolutely terrible for them. We got Gilly sitting in front as that is Zingy trying to have a go on many cars initially. He's just going to be able to clear Eager Pro, and he's going to have to sit behind now. No, he's going to dive it to the inside line on Gatos. Is he going to be able to get the car turned? There's contact, and that is unfortunately the McLaren round. Eager Pro takes avoiding action off the circuit. I do not believe it. Absolutely crazy stuff going on at the moment. Zingy gets past Gilly right there, and now he's got Devon Young just up ahead. He's on the more beneficial tyre, so he should be able to get this pretty quickly. Just it's whether he'll have the setup to use this or not. Now, Mikash, is he going to try and go for the lead early on to try and hold back End Andrews just a little bit, or is he just going to let him go? I don't know. I think he's got to go for the move. He's on this tyre. He needs to make it work. He is going to go for the move. End Andrews, is he going to try and fight it? He's going to brake very, very early. Look for the switchback, as that is Mikash on the inside line. He's got a perfect line there, End Andrews. Does he have the straight line speed to get it done? He does, definitely. A little bit of ERS then now, pretty much dead on. It's a drag race to turn one to the inside line, and Andrews, he should have the advantage as long as he brakes late enough. He will break late. I think he's going to get that one done. Mikash going to hold it on the outside with the tyre advantage. There's a wheel bang and a half. He still has the tyre advantage. He now has the inside line himself. Absolutely incredible. And Andrews trying to edge himself in front. It's very tight to the line, holding him far to the inside. That's going to be Mikash leading. Oh, Zingy! Zingy's made contact with End Andrews. I do not believe it. Zingy is now going to cause End Andrews to drop behind. And now Gilly's going to be challenging him. Devon Young goes through, and Zingy is going to be in a bit of a situation here. He's trying to go for the lead of the Grand Prix, but not in the best way possible. Absolutely crazy stuff going on right now. Mikash has now got the AlphaTauri to go through. He's probably seen that incident just happen, so I'm not sure if he's going to be wanting to fight the position too hard or not, but Zingy, regardless, is going to be able to go for the move pretty soon. Although Mikash is using a bit of energy to make sure he maintains this position. Zingy, will he try and send it into the braking zone? I think he will. He's gaining at the end of the straight. That does show a sign of him wanting to make that overtake, and he will send it to the inside line. He's going to try and have a look at the racing line, but he had to react as Mikash stayed alongside. He will finally get through. That is Devon Young to the inside line, and he now sits right behind. He's going to go for the move on Zingy. He's going to have to leave the space, Zingy. Devon Young is going to lead the Grand Prix. Mikash is going to come back to the inside and box Zingy in. Zingy does not have a choice. There's understeer. There's oversteer. He manages to save the car, and he's going to just about avoid an incident. That's End Andrews trying to have another look again. DRS available for pretty much all of these guys now. Will Zingy be able to challenge for a move? No, they will not. They'll have to sit behind. It would be a big send on the brakes if they went for a move at this corner, as we saw just last lap. Absolutely crazy. Devon Young leading the way once again in a very, very interesting circumstance. Very well spotted for him to make that move, as he got the double position. That's Mikash and Zingy making a bit of contact on the exit, unfortunately. Mikash is now going to possibly have a look at making a move, but they're probably going to wait for the DRS straight, I would assume. They have End Andrews behind them, but he's not close enough for an overtake. Zingy holds on for the DRS, and I think that will give him a very, very easy chance at going for the lead. the DRS is so powerful around the circuit. Will Mikash follow on though and try and get a slingshot? He is going to go for the slingshot. He goes to the inside line. Zingy also going to the inside line. To the outside line Mikash now goes, but he's boxed in. He can't have a go. His teammate still leads. There's contact again. Zingy's going to lead the way. That's Mikash sitting right behind. No energy left for Devon Young. Here comes End Andrews to make the double overtake. What a move. What an exit. Mikash having a look on his teammate now. Gilly's in the mix. Gilly to the inside of Devon Young. Devon Young all of a sudden found himself in the worst position. I was just saying how good he was doing in the lead, and now he's down to 4th with no energy left in that car. Absolutely crazy stuff going on right now. Zingy leads the way with the medium tyre. End Andrews is on the hards. He's good to go to the end with virtually no degradation. Zingy's got to push hard here. He can't afford to let End Andrews stay in the DRS range. This is going to be a very make or break situation for him. And then Mikash, he sits behind right now. These guys in front could fight a little bit. He's on the medium tyre, so he should be okay to try and hold on with them. Will he be able to get the DRS though? That's the question. He'll have to use a bit of energy if he wants to do that. Sure, Devon Young seems to have some pace, but he doesn't have the energy to hold on, so he's going to have to allow his teammate to maintain that position right now. Did he get the DRS though? That is the question. I don't think he did. I think he's going to have to sit behind, and that will not be DRS for Devon Young. It will be a move though for End Andrews, as Zingy is not going to be able to fight that one. End Andrews comes from way too far back with the DRS, gets such a powerful slingshot. That is Devon Young going to the outside line, as actually Mikash lets him go to make sure that they make this train work. I guess they're possibly trying to secure a P3 and 4 rather than fight each other hard. Is he going to go for the move on the inside to maintain that slingshot situation? No, he's just going to hold slightly to the inside to defend from Gilly, because otherwise Gilly might try and give it a shot, of course. That would be very tragic for their race. Gilly is in a situation with the time penalties right now. They do have a bit of an issue there. Hopefully it's not going to be too severe. That is going to be Gatos into the pit lane retiring. Zingy goes back for the lead. That is going to be Mikash to the inside line, but he backs off from his teammate. They're just going to lose time by doing that. EagerPro, in the meantime, has got in front of Gilly, who is now being challenged by JJ to the inside line. There's contact. I think maybe EagerPro locked the rears. Gilly is going to tap. Oh, what a shame. Tap EagerPro. He's going to have to go off the circuit. He's going to get a time penalty, and that is going to be JJ somehow making a move, but on the other car. Didn't even manage to make the overtake on Gilly. So it's all a little bit chaotic at the moment. Very crazy situations going on right now. Mikash going to get the DRS, and I think he'll go for the move on his teammate pretty easily. They're not going to fight that one. Will we see a battle between End Andrews? You look at that straight line speed advantage that he has over the AlphaTauri. These guys are in a very, very nice position at the moment. Zingy, however, using these medium tyres is not going to work out. You can see he's power sliding out the final corner there. So advantage over End Andrews wise, it's not going to be very good, because he's in front and he's on the medium tyre, and they're not going to get any younger. End Andrews, yeah, sure, he can work together with Zingy. That would be perfect for him. Zingy, he has to try and break away. But if he does work together with End Andrews, he might try and secure a P3 at least. A P2 at least, sorry. Very, very, very crazy situations going on for many, many drivers at the moment. The two Red Bulls are now in a bit of a relaxed period where they're just kind of on their own. The cars in front are having their battle. The cars behind are having their battle. We do have Gilly and JJ, who are now once again close together. EagerPro, unfortunately, is fairly far behind, however. Will JJ go for the move already? He's going to have a look to the inside line. Will he try and give it a shot? He is going to go for the inside line. That is a hell of a send. Gilly tried to make a late apex. Maybe that caused them to turn in quite early. They're going to use a lot of energy JJ, he didn't get the DRS, and Gilly is going to run away with that one. You see the advantage that he'll have. That's absolutely incredible regarding DRS. Maybe a little bit of a misjudgment there for JJ with that situation regarding where the DRS detection line is. That is End Andrews getting a time penalty, unfortunately. He's going to go into the pit lane. He's going into the pit lane on lap 15 out of 25. Okay. Good to know. Zingy leads the way now, and he has a 2.3 second gap to the rest of the field. He's going to want to try and keep extending that. The second place car right now is on the same strategy. So he's in a very, very good position at the moment. Alrighty, will Devon Young be thinking of possibly going for a move on their teammate? They've spent a couple laps behind, just harvesting that energy. They don't really want to push too hard. Mikash hasn't got that much, so they are staying ahead quite nicely. DRS available for Devon Young here. He's not going to catch up enough to really be a big challenge without using energy, so I think he's just going to sit behind JJ and Gilly once again, changing positions and then once again staying as they were. So it was very, very tricky situations for both drivers, but they maintain their situation. JJ having a go. Gilly, is he going to try and fight this one, or is he going to let JJ go this time and look for the DRS on the next lap? He is going to let him go. Maybe even look for a switchback already. No, he's just going to wait behind for now. No switchback will be looked into just yet. Very close to the wall right there. Gilly locking the rears on the limit. Eager Pro, he had that issue earlier on, of course. He's had to go into the pit lane since. He's going to, I assume, look for the fastest lap maybe, but a very, very difficult time for him after some epic battling earlier on, right in the fight to begin with. Now, DRS will be available once again for Gilly. Perfect corner cut there for JJ. That is executed to perfection. Gilly, however, is going to get that DRS, and it's going to be a pretty straightforward pass. No pun intended. That will be that one done. Once again, Gilly will lead the way. JJ's going to have to think of a little bit of a different situation if he wants to get that position over Gilly. However, as long as he doesn't get a time penalty, he'll be absolutely fine. Devon Young and Mikash switching positions. So finally, Devon Young has decided to go for it. No ERS left for Mikash. Devon Young spent that time making sure that he saves the tyres as best as he can. Hold on a minute. Devon Young been making sure that he's spent that time behind Mikash, just saving the ERS, and now he's gone for the move. That is going to be Mikash with 10 lap old medium tyres, just going to try and hold on to the back of the hard tyre runner, and then maybe they can minimise their time loss to the likes of Gilly. Gilly is 8 seconds behind. They do have a car that they're battling as well, and they also have a time penalty. So right now, Mikash is also probably going to be pretty sorted for this situation. They just need to try and minimise their time loss to Zingy at this stage of the race. Is Mikash going to look at their teammate? No, they are going to sit behind, as they are probably agreeing. So they're letting this kind of harvesting train, I guess you could say, work. They're both looking like farmers right now. Just making sure that they maintain their ERS somewhat, each of them. That is going to be Zingy into the pit lane as he speeds into the pit lane by accident. And unfortunately, that's not going to be the way he wants that to go. He's going to get a new front wing on, as he must have made a big mistake and a set of soft tyres. So he'll pretty much bag the fastest lap, but he's going to lose out big time all of a sudden. Absolutely insane. I don't know where he's made contact with the wall, but he's had a big problem. And a day that has gone from very difficult to very difficult to even worse. Yeah, a little bit difficult to explain that situation, but Zingy goes into the pit lane and he's going to at least try and secure a fastest lap rather than securing nothing. So, fair enough, well thought out. It's not over until it's over, and you can at least get some sort of accolade. That's now going to allow Devon Young and Mikash to lead the way for a 1-2. This makes it a little bit difficult because Devon Young has been leading for most of the time. Mikash has helped him massively. Are they going to battle it out for the lead? Mikash all of a sudden realizes, hey, I'm behind. I'm kind of looking for a possible battle here. I could possibly have a look for a win. If they do want to look for a win, they have to make sure that they play it smart. They are behind, and we've only got about 6 laps to go of this race. So they do need to really think about this one DRS-wise, and will they be able to hold on to a DRS range later on? That's absolutely crucial. I don't know what's going to happen right here. Devon Young and Mikash, they will have something to decide and potentially something to talk about after this race. It's going to be an interesting situation. Will Devon Young win the race as they were looking like to earlier on? Will Mikash want to try and have a go, say it's a free-for-all? Will even try and get payback from what he did earlier on? They're trying to help Devon Young with his strategy situation. I don't know. Devon Young has been leading for a long time, so he's done a very good job to be in this position. All of a sudden, he seems to have quite a pace boost, and it doesn't look like he's going to try and drag his teammate along with him after all. So I guess you can see the situation as it is. He's trying to break away potentially. Will Mikash counter that and come back? Or is he just going to sit behind as a team and let it go? I really don't know. We'll find out on this straight, I think. If Mikash goes for the move, then he's going to be fighting. If he's not going to go for the move, then they're going to be staying as they are. He's so close. He's going to stay behind. He's just going to let this one go for now. And it looks like Devon Young is going to be the race winner as long as he doesn't make any major mistakes. He's just got to make sure that he keeps it calm and he'll be good to go. JJ and Gilly, they have finally switched up a little bit here. So they do, their battle has kind of calmed down a little bit, and now Gilly's going to have that DRS, so I think he's probably thinking of the long game. But, that being said, Zingy's right behind them. He's gone for the fastest lap, and now he's going to try and look to nab the podium back if possible. And he's already gone for the inside line on Gilly. Look at the soft tyre. Absolutely incredible compared to a 13-lap old hard tyre, and then you've got the DRS, the ERS, everything right there on JJ. Lovely jubbly. Gilly makes that. Gilly doesn't make that move. Gilly's now dropped out of DRS range, so actually Zingy making that move has kind of helped JJ in a way. Also not, because he's obviously lost the position, but it has kind of helped him at the same time. Devon Young and Mikash leads the way. It's only by a small margin once again, but I don't think they are going to be switching up. I think they're going to stay as they are. They are going to stay as they are for now. It's lap 22 of the 25. Closing stages of this race. And Devon Young is hoping to get redemption after Brazil. He fought very, very hard. The strategy didn't come to him later on, unfortunately. This time, though, it is going to come to him. And in a very dramatic fashion. But I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy. Lovely jubbly indeed. Mikash sits behind. They still maintain that DRS train. Is it an agreed situation? Are they going to try and take a close 1-2 and have a nice photo finish? Or maybe they'll just try and make sure that they're staying ahead of Zingy. They don't really know how quick he is, if he's going to be able to catch up to them at the end. I mean, those soft tyres are absolutely rapid for the first few laps, but they will drop off significantly. They are, I think, if I'm correct in saying, probably almost the softest compounder tyre. So it does make it very, very quick. And that'll be an extreme advantage. That is EgaPro unfortunately having an issue. And I think that is going to be the two Red Bulls making the move in front of him. And that will be that sorted as he goes into the pit lane. Mikash is still holding on nice and closely. I really am still questioning whether Mikash is going to hold on behind. I reckon they might still give it a shot, you know. They're this close to getting their first race win in LSI. They're in the DRS train. They've got all the energy in the world. They can still do this. They might be trying to play the long game, and then they're going to go for it on the final 2 laps. And in that case, Devon Young's going to have to react. Devon Young will have the tyre advantage. It looked like he had an advantage earlier on. He all of a sudden started breaking away, but Mikash just caught back up. In the DRS zones, of course, the extreme advantage he had was kind of around this section that we've just gone through. And then all of a sudden, Mikash was then able to gain back every single little bit that he lost, about 8 tenths. And probably even more. So right now he's just been maintaining the gap, making sure he stays nice and close behind. And then he'll be good to go to the end. We're about to start lap 24, as long as we get through the final chicane tidily. And then we'll be good to go. He's just going to sit behind once again, and he's going to let this happen as it is. Bit of an oversteery moment there for Mikash as he locks the rears very slightly. Devon Young all of a sudden getting a phenomenal exit compared to the last lap. So he's now got a nice advantage. Mikash is at a bit of a risk here. They don't want to all of a sudden lose DRS range on lap 24 out of 25. They've lost the rear a little bit more, and all of a sudden they could be in trouble. 9 tenths, 1 second. DRS is available. Mikash is going to have to use a lot of energy right here to make sure that they gain that back. They're not going to be quicker in the middle sector, and after a crucial couple mistakes, it looks like Mikash might have just lost it. They still have the ERS advantage, and that is going to be oh so powerful on the penultimate straight, of course. Will it be powerful enough, though? That is the question. He's wrestling at the wheel, trying to make sure that he's got the car in the right position for the corner. He's going to have to make sure he secures DRS here, otherwise it could be game over. And then he does have a nice advantage energy-wise compared to his teammate. He does get the DRS. So panic over for now. But is he going to go for the move on this lap, or is he going to wait for the next lap? I assume they're probably not telling each other the ERS situation now, as they are rivals all of a sudden rather than teammates. He's got to do something about it. Devon Young is using a little bit now, surely, to make sure that Mikash doesn't catch up as much as he has done in the past. He catches massively. We're about to start the final lap of the Grand Prix, though. No DRS right up to the line, so this is going to be something to think about a little bit later on. Devon Young flashing on the rear. We start the final lap of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Devon Young leads the way. 17 lap old hard tyres versus 17 lap old medium tyres. Who will get the advantage? We do not know. ERS, Pro Mikash, Devon Young has track position. But will the DRS available be enough to get him that potential win? We will see. 6 tenths, 5 tenths potentially, and it will be 5 tenths as we go through the technical section. I can't look. It's going to be very, very close. No mistakes required here for Mikash. He has to make sure that he has this DRS. If he does have the DRS, I think that win is all his. Look at the advantage he has. Devon Young, on the other hand, he needs to make sure he pushes through the corners and hopes that he has a mistake, Mikash, but right now it's not going to look ideal. Mikash has got everything to push with. They've just got to get a good exit here. They're going to get such an advantage. DRS, ERS, all the way to the end. No energy whatsoever for Devon Young, who leads the way. Let's see, the speed should be absolutely insane. Mikash is going to lead the Las Vegas Grand Prix as we head into the final sector. Absolutely incredible right here. Devon Young is helpless. They cannot do anything. What a crazy battle. The two Red Bulls are going to take a 1-2. Devon Young doesn't care. Mikash does. Mikash wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Absolutely incredible. Devon Young misses out yet again, this time by 4 tenths. What a heartbreaking moment for Devon Young, but Mikash is a Grand Prix winner. Absolutely incredible. Well done indeed. He's going to be very happy with that one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Zingy will finish P3, and JJ managed to get in front of Gilly in the end there. Eager Pro finishes off the order. Ingot's driving the day as he started from the back and manages to get his way back to the podium positions. Well done indeed. But a first-time winner has just been made. Mikash is on the top step of the podium. Absolutely incredible. Mikash takes the win, Devon Young in P2, and then we have Zingy for the fastest lap in P3. JJ, Gilly, Eager Pro finishing off the order. Then DNFing was End Andrews Gatos, JQ, Rullaton, and Dave Raptors earlier on. We're going to skim through the race director just in case, if we need to check it later on, of course. And then we will also have a look through the pit stop section. We'll be back for the post-race interviews. We will see you in a bit. Hello everyone and welcome back to the post-race interviews. That was a little bit of a crazy one, I'm not going to lie. One of the most dramatic endings to a race we've seen in a very, very long time. Devon Young, that is absolutely heartbreaking. First of all, I want to say, epic driving from you to begin with, leading the race for such a while. And
Thank you.
you had the strategy advantage, but yeah, I will let you talk about the race from your side, but still an epic drive from you. But yeah, tell us what you think from that race.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously overall, it's a good result. You know, we secured the constructors. That's what we went in to do. I mean, the race itself was pretty exciting. I'm sure from your side too, spectating, but it was quite tense at some point. But I don't really want to go into much about the last lap or whatever. I mean, I'll keep that private. I'm not really happy about it, obviously. I mean, it's sure you can tell, but I mean, it's whatever, man. I mean, we got the constructors. That's what we came to do. So that's the main thing, really. But it was a good race, man. It was fun. I'm quite excited to watch that back, really. So
Yeah, it's very well said, very mature, and yeah, I want to say well done. You did such a good job. And it's a shame that it had to end that way for you there, but like you said, the work has been proved by Red Bull winning the constructors, as you said, and that is what you deserved. And looking at the bigger picture, as you said, well done. You should be very proud of that. There isn't a next race, so there's not going to be anything to be said about that. But for future, do you think you can carry this good momentum? Do you think you can challenge for a title? And do you think you can learn from this race specifically and maybe make sure this doesn't happen again from your side of the kind of view?
yeah, that's a good question, I suppose. I mean, I don't really. I'm still trying to work it out myself, really. Like what happened. I mean, I don't really. I'm still taking it in, but I mean, going forward, I mean, yeah, I guess we can learn from this. And to answer your first question, do I think I could be a champion? I'm not sure. If Singy's racing, probably not, but I'll sure try. I mean, this championship in its own has been like quite a challenge for me. I feel like most leagues that I've raced in, not to say like it hasn't been a challenge, but like certainly nothing like this. It's really, you go into every race and you just don't know what's going to happen. Like really, it could go any way. It's not like you can be confident because it's a good track, because everyone's just so quick. It's just such a high level of a league, I would say. So but I don't know what to say, man. I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Well said. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting one, I think, for the future, and the improvements that you've made this season, I think you should be very proud of that as well. It's been actually very, very good to see from you. So well done in that regard. One last question: how would you describe your race in 3 words?
Constructors champions, baby.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Well done today, and congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
And we move on to Gilly. Gilly, well, hold on. First of all, we didn't get the old Gilly back because you had a time penalty, but then we got the old Gilly back because you had mega straight line speed. Like, what is going on today? Who are you?
Well, I did some time trial before the race and was about 3 seconds off the pace, so I thought I'd try something extra special. And went 0-0, beat my time trial time with 0-0, so I thought I'd do it. And I think I might have pissed some people off because I was just impossible to pass on the straights. But that made it quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun for the person driving the car, and especially around a street circuit where it's not that easy to overtake with the close walls, as long as you're a nice wide car. So yeah, well done. bit of a shame regarding the time penalty, but you still managed to do a very good job. And it's always interesting to see how a set of 0-0 wings go compared to other people running normal setups. So, I mean, thank you for allowing us to see that experiment, and well done. Yeah, crazy race pretty much from the get-go, and some nice battles with JJ, so thank you very much for some very good entertainment, and some very confusing entertainment as well, as all of a sudden you were completely gone down the road. Yeah, well done. Oh, I can't really say too much more
In my
than
defence, I got wing damage from Eagle looking up.
Okay, fair enough, yeah, we did see that one. Well, one last question. Well, I will actually ask, next season, do you think you can go for another P2, or are you going to try and go one better?
Well, I think I failed on the P2 this season, didn't I?
Well, this is like a summer season series title. It's not the official
It's
title.
not like a winter season, is it?
It is like a winter season. So
No, the winter season's the proper season. It's when everyone's got to perform in like.
so the next
short
official
amount of
season,
time.
do you think you can get another P2? I'm going to ask.
It's less competitive than the winter season, so maybe. No.
Fair enough.
Not
All
with
right.
Devon and Mikash. They're two new quick drivers, and they're quicker.
Fair enough. Well, really well done today. One last question. How would you describe your race in 3 words?
I'm not sus.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time on today. Just to clarify, Gilly won the winter season, I think, 2 years ago now? So they're just clarifying that they have got that title, making sure that it's known. So well done, Gilly. We move on to Zingy now. Zingy, that was a bit of a chaotic way to end the season. I bet you weren't expecting that from starting at the back. I kind of said that, but I guess you kind of were expecting a little bit more of a fight. But still, well done. Very good pace. Can you describe your race from your side?
Well, yeah, I started the race, and there seemed to be a wild Mercedes who decided it wanted to hit the wall, but instead hit me, which is fine. I pitted, and then I was closing the gap. I think then the safety car came out. Pit for mediums, but I overtook Eager Pro, but I hit him, so I got a penalty. So then I changed it to hards, back to mediums, so I was back at the back again. Made up so many places, I was up to P2. A bit of contact was made, but it was a bit touch and go with everyone, really. It was just... it's hard to race on that track, really. I find it quite difficult because it's a new track and it's so close walls. Almost like Monaco in a way, but with the exception of that, I got through. And I was flying 3 tanks ahead. I got orange, if not red, front wing damage from the corner before the strip, and I was like, yeah, I'll pit. And by the end of the race, my pace was so spectacular. Even with yellow damage halfway through, I managed to catch up to Devin Young and Mikash, and that's not taking anything away from them, because those tyres, I heard you said there was like 17, 18 laps old, so they were still setting good pace on those old tyres. So I'm surprised I caught up to them. They've proved themselves to be very good, and I should probably reevaluate my strategies next time and do better next time.
Yeah, a bit like Gilly, experimenting with different things, and it definitely opens your eye to different possibilities, especially in a summer season before official seasons. So you can definitely think about, nice voice crack, think about doing other things for future races. So well done for that. Hopefully it works out for you in future races, and thank you for being a pioneer so everybody else can see if it works or not. Really well done, great effort. It was a bit chaotic, but despite that, we're just going to move on to next season. Are you looking forward to this game? Do you think you can go for number 5?
I can go for number 5, number 6, and then I hope I can do the winter season at 2, so that'll be still number 6, but I'll have 6 championships hopefully, and
3
2
series titles.
seasonal
Yeah,
championships.
Well
That's
done. Yeah, hopefully that goes well for you. Really well done today. One last question. How would you describe your race in 3 words?
P1 Merchant.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Well done today. Great job. And that has been it for the post-race interviews. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. We will see you in the future for the next LSI season. Around about late August, early September, I think, will be the time that will start. We'll keep you updated as soon as we possibly can do, of course. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. We will see you on Tuesday for some practice lobbies. We might see you on Friday and Saturday for some practice lobbies as well. Well, once again, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, other than that, all I can say is thank you very much to all the viewers. Thank you very much to all the drivers. It's been a pleasure for the summer season. Very interesting to see how the new game goes. And thank you very much again, I will say. All right, have a good one. Good night.